Hey everyone, how you doing? And welcome to another episode of Tea With Ste Live. It's the Heart Brand Sessions. I hope you're all well on this very, very sunny Friday morning. We've been hitting the interviews very, very hard already this morning, and they've been epic. We've heard some amazing stories. My next interview is with a lady who absolutely is purpose through, behind, around, all over her entire brand. And we've done a lot of work together over the last sort of 2 years. We're coaching her team. She's a member of Tea With Ste, and there's so much that I would like to just pull from this lady with regards to purpose and understand how Tea With Ste has helped her and her community. So I'd like to bring on Nicola Calvert. Nicola, how you doing?
Hello. I'm good, thank you. I'm good. Yeah, missed a little bit of that though.
So we're having a few challenges with connection. So what I'll do is I'll try not to overload you with speed questions, but I'd really like to understand sort of the purpose behind the business and the brand that you run, and then how Tea With Ste has helped you.
Okay, so we have an infinite purpose. Everything that we do literally hangs off of that. So decisions about products created, and the purpose is to create a healthier, a greener, and a more empowered. So what we do is about education. So we want to educate people, thinking a little more carefully about the cosmetic products that they use, and just perhaps delve a little bit deeper into ingredients and the impact on health. We want to use good quality natural ingredients that actually are good for us. And then we want to impact the world. We want to lead the beauty industry and make them change how they operate so that we have less in earth. And then ultimately we want to empower people. We do that through supporting charities and specifically education. So a link with a fabulous UK charity called United World Schools, and we provide or help to provide education and have built a school. So that is our purpose. Everything we do hangs on that.
I love it. And so, you know, you're working with a lot of people around the country. You've got various ambassadors on board with you. And how are you finding bringing the purpose through your messaging to support your teams? Can you hear me?
Oh, I didn't get that, Steve. Sorry.
No worries. The connection's not great. I was just asking how you're bringing the purpose.
I didn't get that.
Okay, so just trying to find out how you're bringing the purpose through your business to impact the members of your team.
So we take a lot of time to make sure that everybody who becomes an ambassador is trained in our infinite purpose and have that understanding. And often it's our customers who we have met, and they have very much fallen in love with the ethos of the company and the brand and everything that it stands for. So then it's about supporting all the good things that are being done by the brand. So we educate them and provide them with the resources to take that forward themselves.
And you know, we've done a lot of training with you guys through Tea With Ste with Big Daddy Digital. How has that had an impact on your team? I'll wait.
It's been amazing, Steve. It's especially right now, the situation that we find us in. We, you know, quite a lot of us were traditional and going out and meeting people and enjoying that face-to-face contact. And right now, we can't do that. So you have given up. And I remember my first workshop with you when you talked about the word relationship, social media, about relationships. And I absolutely love that, because I talk about that all the time in relationships with our customers and relationships with ourselves within our team. And it's incredibly important. So all the training that you've given to us in how to do that, how to create those relationships via social media, has had such a massive impact on the girls, and they have been able to turn their business from being something that they do face to face, where they build those relationships and talk to people face to face, been able to take into a and still confident that they can still those relations doing on social media.
Awesome. So for people who are watching this and they're watching the other interviews and things like that, you know, you've talked about how you to bring purpose through and how social media is really supporting you in a time of crisis, I suppose, with COVID and what have you going on. And you're not able to do the traditional ways of delivering, you know, your message. What are some of the key things that you guys are actioning right now that can help the wider world to action in their business?
So rather than going out and selling to people, we're creating communities. So we're giving value to our customers and helping them through their situation that they find themselves in, whatever that may well be. So, and supporting any of our members if they have their own small business, very much looking to support each other and give value. You know, it's about educating people and giving them value about the brand that we have, the products that we have, and just educating them in something that is going to be good for them and can make an impact, can impact their health, because so many people have really struggled, you know, mentally as much as anything else. And having a conversation with one of my customers the other day, she was saying that actually just by having a nice skincare routine, and specifically in the evening, something that she can just take 10 minutes out of her time just to spend on herself, just to calm down and relax and unwind after a really stressful day. So giving that value and educating people to and creating communities. You know, we've tried to create fun for everybody within our community. We've given, you know, if I've heard of somebody who has been struggling, I've sent them a little gift, because, you know, it just kindness, help them and support them, and it might be something specific to their struggle, whatever it might well be. So education and building community, giving value to people. The last thing we do is actually sell our products. That comes naturally. It's giving value and creating communities.
Awesome. So what's the next step for you guys?
To keep growing and to keep educating, just to keep meeting as many people as we can. And I'm incredibly passionate. I'm a mum of a teenage girl, is why I became involved with Tropic as a brand when I found out the impact that a product that my daughter was using, a brand that she was using, could have on her health. And it was quite a big impact. And I'm passionate that mums of all children, and actually our younger generations, understand that sometimes we can't things value. We need to think a little bit more about what we're using. It's like that across the whole of life, really. But for us, it's about that education. It's about getting that out to as many people as we possibly can. We call it a green beauty revolution, and that education is incredibly important. And at the same time, by us educating everybody, that education helps and supports those that really do need proper education.
It's really interesting you touch on education, because I was having a conversation with a family friend last night. She came round over to deliver Ruby's birthday card, and she was saying about how a 9-year-old daughter's desperate to be a YouTuber, and I don't want her to be a YouTuber, and don't let her in your office because she'll get all excited about it and this, that, and the other. And I'm like, it's why I sat with her for 5 or 10 minutes and just said, instead of saying you don't want her to be a YouTuber, why don't you just lean into it, listen to what she wants to do, because what she's actually telling you is, I want to do something creative. And then support her with doing that creative piece. She just thinks YouTuber because she sees it on there. But what she wants to do is, you're allowing her to watch YouTube. She's watching creative videos on YouTube. She wants to be creative. My daughter was the same. And I think if you can frame that, the education piece, if you can reframe it and educate the people around you and say, okay, they probably, when they come to what is required to be a YouTuber, I'm not interested in editing a video. I'm not interested in, X, Y, and Z. I just want to be creative. Because when it comes to doing the YouTube, making the video, doing the SEO, promoting it on channels, and this, that, and the other, and doing the edit, and doing all that hard work, that might not be what they want to do. They just want to, I want to make a video. So let them play with your phone. Let them do that creative process. So the education piece that you're talking about is really, really important, because I have parents like, your social media, YouTube. No, they want to be creative. Just give them your phone. Let them go make a video in the garden. So I think the education piece is really, really important. So you've been on lots of programs with us, and you've done, been a real active member of the Tea With Ste community. We're launching the Heartbrand Academy on Monday. So I'm interested to know what your thoughts are of Tea With Ste, and how it could benefit people in the wider community. Because all we want to do is communicate a kind of world and give back, just like you are.
Do you know what? It's revolutionized my thought process of social media. I have to say, wow. I was somebody who was dragged kicking and running social media. And I have to say, until I attended your first workshop, when I sat there and literally it was your first few sentences that really made me go, okay, I need to think about this differently. And actually, it is the future. My daughter is, she's on Instagram all the time. She does all her Instagram stuff. And I think ultimately that's what she'd like to be. My son, they'd like to be YouTubers. But, there is a world for social media. But for me, it has to be done right. And I think, what you made me realize that you can build the relationships that you want to build social media, but you have to do it in the right way. And always from social media, but if you create your brand, and as you rightly say, your heart brand and your passion comes through, then you will stand out there. And I love Tea With Ste because you being a massive support, you've given us some training and you've given it to us. It's just been fabulous. And the network within Tea With Ste is, don't get stuck on anything technological. I can put a little question in there and somebody will be there and will help and will answer. And everybody within that group is so amazing and so supportive. And there's some real, even though, and this just has proven to me that social media can create relationships. And, there are some of the guys in Tea With Ste that I never physically met. But you know what? When it's over, and I know probably it's something on the cards that, you have together, I feel that I could go up and I could hug them when we're allowed, because I feel like I know them that well. So it is such an amazing community.
Do you know what? It's really funny you said that, because that's what everyone is saying, and that's not I'm not trying to bring your comment down or anything like that. It's just that's been consistency, is the fact that, I'm making friends online in a safe place, and I'm actually making friends. At some point we do plan. I'd like to have like a big tea party, so that everyone can get together and meet one another You know, and not for, you know, not for any purpose to sell anything, but just anything just to get people together and show people what community can do. So that is definitely on the cards for us. Nicola, I'm not going to keep you in any longer.
It's interesting, isn't it, Steve? Because I know that, you know.
No, go on. I was just go on. Say what you were going to say.
No, I was going to say, you know, it's interesting that, you know, you say that whole thing, it's not about selling to anybody, and it isn't ever about selling. It's about supporting people and about, you know, helping people. And I think when you come from that place, you know, that's the place to come from, and you will ultimately sell more without even realizing it. So yeah, use your heart brand as you taught me, and yeah, your business will flourish as a result.
Awesome, Nicola. I'm going to leave it on a high because I know the signal's quite a bit of a challenge, but you nailed it, really did in that last sentence. So I'm very, very grateful for you joining us, and thanks ever so much for being a real solid, active member in Tea With Ste.
Oh, bless you. Thank you. It's been lovely to be here, Steve, and enjoying all the interviews. So thank you so much for everything you're doing, and Lindsay and Nat. It's amazing, absolutely amazing, and good luck to everybody.
Thank you. It's a pleasure. I'll speak to you soon.
Take care. Bye.
Bye. So there you heard from Nicola Calvert. Now, Nicola has been an active member of Tea With Ste, and I didn't want to put her through any more of that pain process because the connection was quite a challenge, and it's unfair when you've got a guest on like that and something for you guys to take away. You know, you need to know when actually let's pull from the interview what we need to pull, and let's not make good guests, you know, have any more challenges with regards to signal and stuff like that. But what's really, really interesting is that, you know, Nicola's been in the community now for well over a year. The Tea With Ste group is running for the best part of 2 years now. And it's a consistent thread that's being shared with us is actually the value, community, making friends, relationships, bringing people together. And that's what Tea With Ste is all about. That's what this is all about. I'm bringing people who are in Tea With Ste, outside of Tea With Ste, who are aware of what we do as a business, and bringing that together so that you can get some insights into people's businesses, so you can get some insights into people's brands, so you can take away something and action. You know, it's not about me. It's not about me going online for 24 hours. In all honesty, you know, I love social and digital. Probably the least thing that I want to do right now after a big launch yesterday, my daughter's birthday, and this, that, and the other. But I love it. I love connecting. This is what I do. So what can you find that you do? What do you lean into? What do you enjoy? You know, and lean into that. We talked about being a YouTuber and how some parents think it's a bad thing. But actually, what they're looking at is they want to be creative, and they're watching the creative process on YouTube. So don't sort of dismiss it. You know, being a YouTuber is a very, very lucrative business if you get it right. You know, once you get over 1,000 subscribers, you start to get some ad stream revenue. When you start to build up your channel and see your children being creative and happy and having fun, then there's sponsorship deals to be had and loads of other things that go with it. Far more than I can share with you right now. But on my next interview at 11 o'clock, I do have a lady from the digital and educational space. It's Lisa Goodchild who's coming to join me at 11 o'clock. So that's going to be some fun, some banter. And then at 12 o'clock, I have my secret guest, a secret special guest. And I'm going to have some fun with that one. So my friends, I will see you at 11 o'clock. Take care now.